I've gathered some of your favorite Yu-Gi tubers to play some good old-fashioned retro formats. But here's the issue. Standard matches are boring. In this series, we'll be playing Conquest-style matches, inspired by Hearthstone's competitive format, bringing 4 decks with no sides, banning out one from the other player, and playing a best 3 out of 5 for once you've won with the deck, you can't use it for the rest of the match. Can we win in the formats we know so well, or will we fail and make fools of ourselves in the wider Yu-Gi tubing community? This is Retro Rumble. Hello and welcome back to Retro Rumble, the show where I play against your favorite content creators in conquest matches and retro formats. So a realization hit me. We're at episode 10 and we somehow have a positive record? I have no clue how that happened. We actually started off really bad, like going on a loss streak. But somehow we have managed to make up the difference. We are currently sitting at a 5-4 record on retro formats. And I'm really hoping that today's retro format is a good one for you guys because this is one of my personal favorites. Let me set the stage for you. The year is 2016. We are only a few months ahead of the absolute decimation of the meta that is Zodiac format. However, a couple of interesting things have all released around the exact same time that have completely upended the format from what came before in the national season. This is Inov format. Just judging by what's on the screen, you can probably tell why I love this format so much. So, Inov format stands for Invasion Vengeance format. This format takes place after both a couple of releases and a new ban list. Those releases being the Kaiba and Yugi structure decks, which brought the Magnet Warrior and the ABC support, as well as Invasion Vengeance, the newest core set, which brought many things to the meta, which we'll be going over soon. Those two sets by themselves completely changed the meta landscape of the entire game. In addition to another set, which we'll also be going into shortly, which may not have changed a whole lot in the moment, but does change a lot when looking back over retro play. As such, even though we are only playing a couple of months after the same format that we played with MBT, this is going to be a completely different beast from what we saw before. So starting off with that, we have Awesome Heroes. This is the deck that made me fall in love with Darklaw, and you can see the impact on that to this day. The main idea of the deck is to use your very low monster count and insane amount of spell line to completely dominate a game. I can actually go over the monster lines because it's such a short lineup here. We have Elemental Hero Bubble Man, who can be special summoned from hand if he's the last card in the hand, which when you're playing this many spells and traps, you can just set the fort and then Bubble Man him out. Really good rank 4 enabler there. Shadow Mist, who searches for mass change on special summon and for an elemental hero when sent to grave, which in combination with 10 goldfish makes for one of the most explosive starts you can possibly do. 10 goldfish, Shadow Mist, and Bubble Man, if you have access to all 3 in your opening hand, can make one of the most daring boards in the format. As 10 goldfish will special summon the Shadow Mist, triggering its mass change search effect, which you can then set to access Darklaw on your opponent's turn, which will get you an elemental hero search with Shadow Mist effect. But in addition, if you have any way into Bubble Man with that, Bubble Man and 10 goldfish make Bahamut Shark. And as pretty much all of you should know, Bahamut Shark is an instant access for Inov's new threat, Treat Toad. I mean, totally awesome. This card is kind of an anchor piece of the format. An aqua-locked rank 2 that can tribute a frog to negate anything and steal it. That includes itself, and it can recycle a water on being sent to grave. So what you could do is recycle either Bubble Man or 10 goldfish when it's sent to grave to just do it all again the next turn. A board of Darklaw and Toad is extremely viable in this format. It does a lot of work on its own. Next up is Dark Lords. Now, the new Dark Lords were freshly released at this stage. However, even though they found minor success in the meta, they did not really make a major splash at the time, as there was another deck in the format, which we'll get into shortly, that was way more dominant in that space. However, with the ability of retroplay going back, there's been kind of a realization that Denko Sekka is just an absolutely incredible normal summon in this particular format, and Vanity's Fiend effectively shuts down the field. So we're not just using the Dark Lords as a draw engine, like just powerhouse board flooding. The main thing that they're being used for here is to get a tribute material on the board, thanks to Dark Lord Contact, which can revive any Dark Lord from the graveyard. On top of that, all of the Dark Lords can copy a spell or trap engrave on a quick effect by paying 1,000 life points. That means that if we put Dark Lord Enchantment or Dark Lord Rebellion into grave, we have insane amounts of interaction on the opponent's turn. The huge thing about this is that if you are paying the 1,000 life points to use their effects, you do not have to pay the cost of the trap or spell you are using. It doesn't really matter for the spells as they don't have cost in the first place, but Dark Lord Enchantment and Dark Lord Rebellion both require you to send a Dark Lord from hand or face up to the grave. If you are copying the effect of that trap from the grave, you do not have to pay that cost, and none of them target. It's insanely powerful for this particular group. I wasn't about to come into a pendulum-based format and not bring some kind of a pendulum powerhouse. So Metal Foes were around in the previous format, however, they were not as good as they could be because they were missing some key pieces of support. With the release of Invasion Vengeance, they got those pieces of support. This includes Bismugear, who can search for a Metal Foe in the end phase the turn it's popped. It also includes Full Metal Foes Fusion, which is a quick play access to your fusion lines, and Alcahest. This fusion was not available to us in the previous format. Aside from that, Metal Foes have mostly kind of just stayed the same, but they just got insanely powerful with those couple of additions. More so Full Metal Foes Fusion so you can access them on your opponent's turn. As a Pendulum deck, we're playing some of the Pendulum staples here. Eccentric is effectively both monster and spell trap removal. Nekotama gives us delayed access to the Magispector line, but more specifically, Bunboku gives us access to Kirin, who is already at limit 1 in this format because of its power. Kirin's once per turn being able to bounce itself at anything else makes it insane interaction, which will probably come up. We have Scout and Monolith here as well. The only one of these that will ever hit scales potentially is Scout, as it can search Monolith, but the bigger thing here is that we can pop them for our Metal Foe searches, and if we pin some of them out, Cyber Dragon Infinity is a really good boss monster. Last up is the elephant in the room. Paleozoic Frogs was easily one of the most, if not the absolute most powerful deck in this particular format. All of the Paleo traps copy one of the more important speller traps from the history of the game. Like Dinomicius is effectively Karma Cut, Canadia is Book of Moon, Morella is effectively Foolish Burial for the archetype, Lincolia is Burial from the Different Dimension, Oleanoids is effectively MST, and Pikaia is traded. All of these when in grave can chain an effect to the activation of a trap on the field that allows them to special summon themselves as a level 2 water aqua monster. Yeah, we're gonna be doing this. Like I said, Totally Awesome is kind of just an absolute anchor piece of this particular format. I will also say that Paleozoic is without question one of the most painful mirror matches in the history of the game, as effectively you are playing mind games with your opponent, because if your opponent uses a trap card, you are the first person who gets to use a Paleo effect in grave. It is really annoying to navigate. So if we see Paleo Frog in our opponent's lineup today, we're banning it. I'm just saying it right now. With that said, let me toss it over to my guests for today. Many of you know them from their Twitch channel where they stream absolutely amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content. Let me toss it on over to Skep.
Hello, I am Skep. I am a primarily Duel Links content creator on YouTube. I'm a live streamer on Twitch with a focus on a variety of content. I stream Duel Links, I stream a little bit of Master Duel, and I stream Pokemon, as well as other games like RPGs. But for the purposes of being a Yu-Gi tuber, I am at the moment focused on Duel Links, and I basically decided that I would just, the Duel Links content that I wish I would see more of, that being like dedicated deck profiles. So that's my favorite part of the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the deck building process. I get pretty bad performance anxiety when actually playing the game. So if I could just build decks and never play the game, that'd be fantastic. But I'm super excited to showcase some of the decks that I built for this little Conquest style match we got going. And thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I understand that Metal Foes is like one of your favorites. So great choice of a format. This is pretty much like the pinnacle of Metal Foes power level during its release window. But Inov format, we discussed this very briefly prior to recording, but Inov format is one of those formats that I played very actively during in its actual historic point, and it's one of my favorite formats to go back to in Arc 5, primarily because of one deck that I'm positive that you're expecting is in my lineup.
I am, and I'm going to be honest, I had to really convince myself not to be a bastard and ban it, but I'm not going to do that. Man, that'd be so funny, though.
I mean, do what you want. Do what you want. Like, quite frankly, I've had a couple times at this point where I've had guests come on like, well, I can't ban that. It's so intrinsic to the format.
Well, it's intrinsic to your username, not just the format.
I do remember I had MBT on for the format directly preceding this NAWCQ format, and he said, I wanted to ban Pendulum, but I can't ban Pendulum because otherwise we'd have no representation.
That actually brings up something I wanted to ask you. How many videos in Retro Rumble do you have that are like chronologically in order? Like, I know you have Yugi Kaiba. Critter is what follows Yugi Kaiba, right?
But to answer your question, this is the second time that I've done chronological formats like this. The other one, prior to this, I did Toss format with Golden Nova, and then did Sizzle format. It's Shadal Invoked, Salad, Sky Striker, Lunalight, I think.
Lunalight.
Yeah, it's an interesting format, but it is the format that directly follows Toss, and it's like the last format before the extra deck rule change, leaving Vrain's era.
Was Tiger banned that shortly before 420 revisions?
I guess so, because Tiger was at its full 3. Jaxel used Lunalight against me, and that was kind of an interesting experience. With Inov format here, I brought some interesting decks. I guess you could call them just kind of bulk standard. 3 of them are historically played lists from the YCSs of the time, and then one of them is a more interesting recent brew with the hindsight of retroplay, as this is probably the most heavily played outside of, I guess, Duelist Alliance, but I was gonna say this is probably one of the more heavily played of the Arc 5 era formats, just because it has a shocking amount of diversity to it.
Yeah, you were telling me that I was actually not the first person who asked to duel you in this format, so I was shocked to see that this is so beloved.
Yeah, it was actually Jaxel who asked to play this format originally, and then
both Lunalight players also wanting to play Metal Foes format. Very cool.
But then he quickly messaged me. He's like, "Hey, is Sizzle format on the table still?"
And then you were like, what the hell is that?
Exactly. But with that in mind, I am very happy to play pretty much all of these lists. I have an absolute disdain for one particular deck in this format, but we'll get into that. Oh, great,
because I don't think I might be playing it. So I was telling you that I was really nervous to play some of these decks in this format, because unlike you, I've never played this format historically. I've just watched coverage of it, and that's after I got into the game, because I got into this, I think, a year after this format. But like, I was thinking to myself, these are all 3 decks that I know how to play, just for my, like, they have play styles that I'm easily able to grasp. But for my 4th deck, I was like, the only solution is to play a deck that I was gonna pick one of the deck that this format on Format Library is named for, but I'm like, then I just have 4 like normal decks, and I can't guarantee they're gonna ban ABC, so I'm gonna misplay the hell out of it. So I decided to pick an awful deck that'll be miserable to both play and play against, and just hope that you ban it. And if you don't, there's at least no decisions for me to make, so I can't possibly misplay it.
I will go ahead and let you know now, I already have, before we've even shown each other deck titles, I already have my ban picked out in my mind. If I see it on your lineup, I am banning it. Because
I hope it's the deck that I was thinking. All right, I have all mine typed out. Are you ready?
Okay. Counting it down. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god, we literally picked three of this. That's so funny, because I was telling you that I was thinking about Dark Lord. You're like, well, I just want to say it bricks. It's a lot less consistent. But so, there it is.
Historically, yes, it bricks and it's a lot less consistent. However, I did a lot of research going into this, and I came to the realization that Dark Lord has had an unbelievable facelift when it comes to retro play. The deck itself basically has been changed so much. It is not the same beast that it was historically. Historically, it is Brick City. You will either go off and it'll be one of the most amazing duels you'll ever do, or you will brick and you will be in absolute misery the entire time. The reason why Dark Lords were way more successful in Duel Links rather than in the TCG, though, comes down to deck size. In Duel Links, you only have 20 cards, so even though the Dark Lords are known to brick, because you have less variance in your deck from that, Ixchel always has a target. You always have easy ways into your lines. When 6 of your cards are effectively Ixchel, you can start your lines very easily with a 20 card deck. In a 40 card deck, that is a lot. Even though you have 6 copies of Ixchel, it is a lot harder to get to what you need at that point.
Okay, well now I'm nervous because I just looked at format library and I saw like they're played, they have like this card is played at 1 copy and this is % of decks. So I don't know how this deck is relative, how my Dark Lord deck is relative to modern versus historic formats, but that make my ban a little difficult because I might have to go for the better Dark Lord deck, but I'm not sure.
Regardless of which, the deck that I have an absolute disdain for is in your list. It is getting banned.
Please tell me it is the one deck that I picked that you did not pick.
We'll see, won't we?
We sure will.
I've definitely got my ban picked out.
Okay, I think I have mine as well.
All right, counting it down. 3, 2, 1. Hey! Oh, thank God. Okay, so full context, the Paleo Frog mirror match is one of the most miserable mirror matches in existence. Yeah, that's what I was gonna
play. Yeah. No, I have to play Nurse Burn. Why?
So, the reason it's such a miserable experience is because of how chain link priority works. So, let's say player A activates a trap card. Player B has the opportunity to use their Paleo effect engrave before player A can, meaning that it's a dance of chain blocking, having to structure things a very specific way. I hate it.
It sounds really bad.
It was a miserable experience playing it in the format itself. I will say I had the core for Paleo Frog at the time, because of the first deck in my list, the first deck in my lineup was what I was playing at the time. Awesome Hero is the deck that made me fall in love with Darklaw. And because of that, I already had the Toads. I already had all the expensive parts of it. So I did play Paleo a couple of times, and every time I got matched into one of my best friends, and he's still like one of the mods on my channel, Gavin, and his favorite deck of all time is Paleo Frog.
It's a classic for sure. It's like the archetype from which all modern control decks, I think, have their genesis.
It really is. But I think we're gonna have a really interesting match here. We have 2 mirror match decks and then 1 unique each. It should be an interesting one for sure.
I mean, your unique deck is more interesting than mine. A desperation pick that I built at like 4 a.m. this morning because I didn't know what else to play. All right, but at least I surely will not misplay it.
I also didn't tell you this prior to us starting, but this is a interesting one for me. After my last episode, my current record for this is 5-4. So this determines whether or not I actually have a positive win rate going into 10.
Well, don't worry. I'm happy to be the freest win you've ever did see.
With that said, okay. Now we gotta remember how to play this deck properly. I'm gonna fumble. I know I'm gonna fumble this. Because it's been a minute. Alright. We'll go standby main. Alright, we'll start it out with a Summoner's Art.
That is fine with me.
Wonderful. We're gonna grab Volflame.
Yes.
With that said, Silvered?
That is fine.
Volflame.
In response to you setting scales, I am going to activate Maxi.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, your Maxi is not going to get you a whole lot here. I actually screwed this up a little bit, but it's okay. We're going to Pendulum Summon 1.
Okay. Oh, that's a pretty good one.
That's a really good one.
I'm going to draw my my card. That's the word! Are you fucking kidding me?
Alright, and we will go ahead and declare Volflame targeting Silvered.
No problem.
Excellent. So we're gonna put Silvered there and get ourselves...
This is going to be the worst Maxi in history if this is my only draw.
The thing is, I am really not happy with current conditions. So we're just gonna grab Metal Foes Fusion out of the deck.
That sounds good.
We'll set one in pass.
Okay, let's start turn. Draw. Oh my god, I am losing my mind. Let's, I'm trying to think what is and isn't the right play here. Because there's literally nothing I can do with this hand.
Yeah.
Do I
will say I absolutely misplayed because I could have gotten an additional search if I just structured this differently, but it's okay.
I will tell you, if you could see the contents of my hand, you'd be very happy that you didn't give me another draw off Maxi.
Oh no, it wouldn't have gotten you a draw. It would have just been an additional
Okay.
search. Because what I should have done is I should have scaled Kieran first, popped that, then scaled it, pen summoned back the Kieran, and popped the other scale. So I would have gotten one more spell trap search.
I see. I'll just, like, do this. Yeah, we're gonna Twin Twisters. We're gonna pay cost and get rid of, there's no... I mean, my whole hand is bad. What am I... I'm not gonna use this card. We're going to, send Soul Charge to grave. And we're gonna target your 2 set cards.
Both the sets?
Mm-hmm.
That is unfortunate, but yeah, that's understandable. There goes my counter. I was really hoping you were going to pop Fusion and the scale so I could at the very least get a counter off.
No, I would have simply destroyed the counter in the scale. That's it.
Wow, that is unfortunate. Draw for turn.
I'm going to assume that this is not a new modern take on the deck that I'm playing. I did not expect to get this bad of a hand.
Oh yeah, no, this is dark. This has to be Dark Lords at the rate you've bricked. This has to be Dark Lords. Okay, we'll declare Metal Foes Fusion to shuffle it back.
That sounds fine. Yeah.
All right, so we'll shuffle her in and draw a card. That's a freaking great one. We'll normal summon Bunboku and declare its effect.
That's pretty damn good, yeah. Add your second Kieran.
I have really good news for you. Kieran's at 1.
Yeah, I know. I am playing. I think, if not the exact same list as yours, one very close to it.
We're going to grab the Nekotama.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna scale left our silvered.
Oh, yeah,
we drew it.
That off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And then we're gonna declare silver to pop Bambuku.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. You just get to special. That goes to extra. You just get to special everything. Back, right. Wow. I remember I played. This was back before I knew what Edo Pro was. I was playing on Dawn of a New Era, the one where like Seto Kaiba would ask for your credit card info every time you logged in. And I did not know you could pop scales because they were in a different zone. So I was playing against a Pendulum Magician deck with my like god awful Battery Man deck, and they were playing this awful spellcaster monster that made your opponent play with their hand revealed because they could just Pendulum summon it. It was very funny.
With that, we'll then declare Volflame to pop silvered.
Mm-hmm. Do you have another one?
Yes, we do. We have ourselves combination.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will scale left our Nekotama.
Okay.
We will attempt to Pendulum Summon 3.
Your attempt to Pendulum Summon 3 is fine.
Woo, the conga line of infinite a-hole. Yeah, we're gonna go Metal Foes Fusion. Fusing Silvered and Bambuku. For Mithrilium.
That sounds good.
See here. We're going to declare Mithrilium here, shuffling back Fusion and Counter from the grave and targeting Volflame.
Mm-hmm.
So these two get shuffled back into the deck, and Volflame comes back to my hand. See here. We will scale Volflame.
Mm-hmm.
And we will declare Volflame here to pop our Nekotama to get a search.
Sounds good.
Yeah. It's not going to... I'll just go ahead and let you know now. This is not going to be... what I have on board here is not lethal. But it does set up a lot of really good stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna set Metal Foes Fusion for that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just proceed to battle from here.
No problem. I am taking 46, 56, 63, right?
I mean, you can put them in... the life point thing is under the battle phase
right.
marker.
Okay. 1700 minus... Oh, that clicked... and then I just press enter? Oh, wow. How fascinating. 2000... enter, and then 2600. That should be 63.
Yeah, you'll have a little bit of stuff left. Yeah, we'll go to main phase 2. I think that'll actually cover it. We'll pass.
Oh, thank God, thank God. I'm going to declare the effect of Dark Lord Ixchel, and we're going to discard itself. Can I send this to Graveyard? I sure can. And we're going to send Amdusk to Graveyard. Where's the Graveyard? There we go. Is that cool?
Yep, that's good.
All right. Draw. Those are very good. I'm going to fire off a Pot of Desires. Is that fine?
Yes.
Okay.
If you scroll over Desires, there should be an option to banish 10. Yes, Desires is good.
All right, we're going to draw, and we're going to draw. Desires off Desires. We love to see it. Send to Grave. All right, so I'll tell you how I screwed up my turn. I could have pitched Amdusk for Twin Twisters, activated the Dark Lord Contact in my graveyard, and targeted the...
Yeah, you do not target with Contact, fun fact.
Oh, okay.
So, I do have a chain to Contact, though, and I'm very sorry for this. It's Maxi.
That is fine. We're going to summon... does it summon it in defense position? In defense position, yes, it does. We're going to... special summon? Defense.
All right.
Okay.
I'll get a draw off of that. See here. Thinking on summon of Ixchel.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to declare Kieran. We're targeting Silvered and Ixchel.
That sounds fine to me.
Wonderful. So they both go back to hand.
To hand. Alrighty, thank freaking God. You're gonna get another draw off of this, but I am going to give you a wonderful Gamciel in exchange for your Metal Foes Mithrilium.
Okay, wonderful. So if you hover over that, okay, Mithrilium effect.
Yep, no problem.
Wonderful. We're gonna special back Silvered.
All right. Oh, I keep another misplay. I was supposed to activate Dark Lord Ixchel's quick effect.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, oh man, this is just a train wreck. Yeah, there's nothing I can do in response to that. I was supposed to activate that, but yeah, I'm gonna set and pass and just let you kill me. I still could have clawed my way back into it, but I'm just not
thinking
used to this
end phase, actually.
No problem.
In end phase, we'll activate Metal Foes combination.
No problem.
No, I think we're good. We'll proceed and draw for turn. Standby and main.
On enter main, I'm just gonna let you know I got nothing. I'm gonna flip up this Vanity's Emptiness if you want to just go to battle. I'm not playing Battle Fader. Yeah.
Okay, chaining to Vanity's Emptiness then will be Full Metal Foes Fusion.
Sounds good.
To extra deck and to extra deck.
Mm-hmm.
Get back good old Mithrilium.
Yeah, so, but my play was, because I drew, you can just play out your turn, I got no interaction.
All right.
But my play was to pitch Amdusk to Twin Twisters, because I had my Kaiju in hand from the start. I was supposed to Kaiju the Metal Foes or Magispectre Unicorn, and then because I also have Vanity's Fiend in my hand, so I was just supposed to just tribute summon that, and we'd just play.
We're just gonna attack to reckon end it,
and that is the rest of my life points. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, the admit defeat button is next to your extra deck.
Thank you. Admit defeat. There we go.
All right. I will say that
was just a warm up.
Yeah, I will say I was about to absolutely go off with this one because what I was actually planning on doing with this is rather than making Mithrilium, I was going to use the two, the Silvered in my hand as well as the Silvered on the field to make Orichalcum, then combination back the Mithrilium from the graveyard, Volflame, pop the combination, a search combination gets me my other scale.
Oh, Orichalc, though. I get Orichalc and Alcahest mixed up. Yeah. The hidden effect of combo.
I know. This deck is absolutely wonderful, but it is complicated.
I am going to go first.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an interesting one.
All right, I'm going to Pot of Desires. Banish.
That's a classic.
How does that look? Good?
Yep, looks solid.
Holy shit. Okay. We are going to set, and we are going to set, and then I'm going to pass.
Okay. We'll draw here. Go standby main.
Sounds good.
I'm thinking over this. There's some pretty easy ways I can make this absolutely go off. We'll start with Allure.
That sounds good.
Wonderful. We'll draw two.
Fun fact, Allure of Darkness is my favorite legal card in Yu-Gi-Oh!
We'll banish Dark Lord Zerato.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and normal summon Denko Sekka to lock up those back rows.
That's fine.
Awesome. With that in mind, banishment of Dark Lords.
Sounds good.
Doubly awesome. See here, grab Superbia.
Sounds good.
We'll declare the effect of Ixchel.
That sounds good.
Itself and Superbia to draw 2.
Mm-hmm.
See here. Just thinking over my line. Dark Lord Contact. Target Superbia.
In response, I am going to activate the effect of Maxi.
That's completely fair.
Okay, let's send this fella to the graveyard.
Wonderful. So he has to come back in defense.
Mm-hmm. And I will draw.
Dark Lord Superbia effect on summon. See here. Do I have to target? Yeah, Ix-Shell.
Sounds good.
And this one can come back and attack. We will declare the effect of Ix-Shell, pay 1,000, target Banishment of Dark Lords.
Sounds good.
So Banishment goes back into deck, and then the Banishment effect to search.
I'm actually going to be really mad if I check my Dark Lord deck list and see if I don't have a lore in this deck. I swear I have 9 draw spells in this deck. Yeah, Desires.
Yeah, we're going to get Nasty Nastin up here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will declare Nasty Nastin's effect.
Sounds good.
Discard Contact and discard Enchantment.
Sounds good. Man, these Maxi draws are killer, but I think the game will be over before I get to use them.
Unfortunately, I do not think that is the case. While I might have gotten absolutely incredible draws here, it's going to depend on this, actually. Allure number 2.
Sounds good.
And we missed.
Ooh. Luckily, missing means...
Yeah, Nastin effect.
Yeah,
Targeting Banishment.
Yeah, I guess you're just going to have to be content with your additional Rhoda.
Yeah.
What a tragedy. I'm really sorry that you whiffed, Law. That's rough.
Unfortunately, though, even like that is kind of a big whiff because at the end of the day here, I don't really have a whole lot I can go into because I've already normal summoned. We'll grab Ix-Shell.
Okay.
We'll proceed it to battle phase here.
Sounds good.
17.
17 is fine.
25.
25 is fine.
And 26.
26 is also fine.
Main phase 2 will pass the turn from here. Dank Lord Sekka really pulling its weight right now.
Yeah, we're going to... this would have... If you didn't normal summon Dinko Sekka, I would have been able to do something. But as it is, that is a very punishing Dinko Sekka. We're going to activate Banishment of the Dark Lord. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
2 hand.
Yeah, there's Superbia.
Yeah, we're going to add the little Hourglass fella to hand. Then we're going to activate Trade-In that I drew going first with no 8s in my hand. To Graveyard. Draw 2.
I still feel pretty content with this lineup, not gonna lie.
Yeah. We're gonna get rid of that Dinko Sekka.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, move. You can go to the middle. Then we are going to activate the effect of Dark Lord Rebellion, and we are going to send where's the to graveyard and Ix-Shell to graveyard, and we're going to target Nastin.
Well, you actually do not target. That is another. None of the Dark Lord spells or traps target. That is a very important thing.
That is very nice. Okay, yeah, so we're going to get rid of Nastin.
All right, you can get rid of Nasty Nastin.
All right, to grave. I can't do everything I want here because I have to play around your Ix-Shell having Dark Lord enchantment.
Yeah, that is a nice card to have in grave, ain't it?
It sure is. Activate the effect of Dark Lord Contact.
Yep.
And we're going to, of course, target... Doesn't target. We're going to special summon Superbia.
Yes.
And then we are going to trigger Superbia to summon Ix-Shell. Special summon attack. You have Ixchel, so you'd have to draw a Dark Lord card, which is like 99% of your deck. I will declare the effect of Ixchel, and we are going to shuffle back Rebellion.
Okay. Thinking on the shuffle back of Rebellion. Also, you have to pay 1,000 to do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We are going to chain our own Ixchel, paying 1,000, and we're gonna target Dark Lord Contact Engrave.
Dark Lord Contact. That is fine.
Wonderful. So Contact, shuffle back, and we'll just gonna go ahead and nasty Nastin back out here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That is fine.
So go. You may now resolve Banishment's effect.
Rebellion. I am going
or Rebellion, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just send the Nastin back to grave.
Yeah, you don't want that effect staying on the board.
Yeah. Okay. I think this. I mean, the only like play that I can make
Here,
is.
Let me make sure that got shuffled.
Also, let's move to the main phase 1. After we've done all of that in draw phase.
That is a really powerful draw phase.
Yeah. Now I understand why you can't do that going first anymore. We're just gonna go battle, and we will. I'm just gonna attack your Superbia.
That's completely fair.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't, you just go to battle and hit over my Ixchel for lethal damage. Let's see here. I am going to tribute set a monster. Oops, that's not what I'm meant to do. Yeah, I'll just tribute set this guy from the field. Like, it's like Gemini monsters.
Imagine if Subterrors.
Yeah. And we're gonna just set a guy. That is all.
Okay, draw for turn. Stand by main.
Sounds good.
We'll start with declaring Ixchel for Dark Lord Contact. That's
Alrighty,
engraved.
pay your 1,000, and I will declare my second Maxi. You know what? This card can come back. It has done nothing these games.
Yeah, Maxi is good.
To the graveyard.
We'll summon back Superbia, put Contact back into the deck. Declare Superbia effect, targeting
good.
Nasty Nastin.
Not a problem.
Wait, no, not Nastin. I'm sorry. We're gonna overlay these two. For Heliopolis.
Blue Eyes card.
You go ahead and get your.
Oh yeah. This is the one that does it. Oh, thank God, effect failure.
Heliopolis effect. Detach one, and
it does not tribute as cost, right?
No,
Yes,
it tributes
no,
for
it
effect.
doesn't. That's
Tributes
very
for
good.
effect.
You are 100% fine.
We're going to chain Nasty Nastin, paying 1,000, targeting enchantment. Is that good?
Yep, that's totally fine.
Wonderful. So we'll resolve enchantment to the top of the deck and shuffle. We're taking Ixchel here.
Right,
And then we'll resolve Heliopolis, tributing himself and Nasty Nastin to pop your board.
Okay, we will send a Twin Twisters to grave, very useful in this matchup, and a Unicorn. You were right.
All right, overlay. Gustav Max effect, the burn for game.
Yep. Oh, I drew the Rebellion. That was the one that was going to do it. All right, good game.
Good game.
All right, I'm not playing
you
this shit
mentioned
again.
Gustav Max, and I got stars in my eyes.
Okay, I am playing a different deck. I am going to go. Yeah, I'm gonna go first.
5-card extra deck. I'm sorry. Oh, this is Nurse Burn. Oh no.
Oh, thank fucking God. All right, I'm gonna activate Banishment of the Dark Lords. You gonna Ash Blossom me?
No, the Ash Blossom don't exist.
Two hand.
Nurse, Dark Lord Reficule, yep.
Yeah. All right. And then we'll send this to the graveyard. We are going to normal summon this card.
Oh boy.
This is crazy. Then we're going to set. Awesome. Thank you. We were going to
ignore that.
Yeah, ignore that. Set. How did I even send that to graveyard? Oh, it's right above set. That's how. Actually, let me add. Let me shuffle that around.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and then I'll just All right, we'll set, and then turn.
All right, I'll draw. Anything in draw step?
Let me see.
You got 8K?
I sure freaking don't. But I got the Paths of Destiny. If that's fine.
I have nothing in chain to Paths of Destiny.
All right, where's the coin tossing thing? Oh, I just roll a die, even heads.
There's a coin next to the die.
Yeah. All right, so I actually have to flip a coin here.
We both, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just take 2,000 damage no matter what because of Reficule.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
So, but I can potentially gain life points.
You're taking 2K.
Right. Yep.
Take your lumps.
Okay.
Show me the double gift card.
Nope, I've only got one. So take 3,000.
Okay. Thinking on resolution of gift card.
Mm-hmm. Wow. All right, I am going.
Pop.
I'm going to chain Secret Barrel for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
It'll be 1K.
Yeah. You hit a pretty freaking good one. That was my Vanity's Emptiness, which I could have played Burn card instead of. Do you
I cannot believe what I am about to say, but this is absolutely about to be brutal. A hero lives.
Damn. I literally should have just not clicked any button.
Oh no, I'm gonna be fair. Had you not clicked buttons, I was not activating this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it might have been smarter overall to like wait until you committed to something.
Declare Shadow Mist to get mass change.
That is fine. Yep.
Emergency call.
Sounds good.
To get, come on, let me see my deck. I want my bubbles.
Damn, I am not going to be getting a single Metal Foes game. This is a second 3-0 sweep for you. There's the 10 goldfish. Would you believe it? I was thinking of I was thinking of playing Ghost Ogre for this one card here. So that is Toad plus Darklaw, and I am top decking for turn.
Something
Crazy.
like that.
That is awesome.
I'm thinking on whether or not I want to put you. Yeah, no, we'll do it.
Yeah,
like
no, there's
this.
Yeah, no. Toad just like ends the duel immediately.
We'll get over for. Oh wait, yeah, for the rest of the turn. Wonderful. Yes, 1200.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get in for 1K.
And then you're gonna chain mass change.
No, we're gonna go to main phase 2.
Okay.
We'll declare Bahamut Shark.
Sounds good.
Yeah. No, I don't want to overlay. I just need to special summon him.
That is crazy.
Ribbit. Set.
I should have asked to play critter format.
In draw step mask change.
Yeah. You get to Does Darklaw recognize that I added a card to the? Oh no.
But Shadow Mist's effect will now trigger because it's a different turn.
Mm-hmm.
Which lets me search for a
Honest Neos or Bubble Man again.
You're good to continue.
Okay. I'll set one card. And I'll end my turn.
Okay, I'll draw.
Not so fast, Law! In the standby phase, I activate Try and Guess and Call Fusion. Really?
I'm gonna declare Totally Awesome, negate it.
Darn! What a shame. Move. Would you like to take it?
Nah. Put it in grave.
Alright, let me send this to the grave. What a tragedy. Damn! I should've
Declare
played Metal
toad
Fist first.
effects to put bubbles back in
problem.
hand.
This is lethal on field.
Yeah. But where's the
Bubble
fun
Man.
in that?
Draw 2? Oh no, no other cards. Yeah. Another Bahamut Shark.
No,
Do you have more?
We're gonna do a Bist one.
Darn, what a shame. Do you have a second toad in there?
I actually do. So we're gonna Bahamut Shark for it.
Wow, that was the worst I've ever played Yu-Gi-Oh! That's crazy. I genuinely should have picked Blue Eyes instead of this garbage.
We'll get in
crazy.
for that's a 27, by the way, because Abyss Dweller is buffing it.
That's true. That is the last of my life points.
Unfortunately, yeah. This deck, I absolutely love this deck.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I can't say whether or not it looked super impressive because I've never played this format historically, and I was playing a deck that doesn't actually exist. This is like, these aren't Yu-Gi-Oh cards. These are McDonald's drink coasters that I put in this deck. So there's I can't, but like, because like Toad Darklaw seems pretty just like okay.
So
I feel like if I was
my
like,
draw for turn was Mask Change.
I mean, your draw for turn could have been a fucking Magic the Gathering card, and it wouldn't have impacted. Damn.
The Duel Link special.
That's crazy. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
What a nightmare.
Mine hitting
That's
that
crazy.
Admit Defeat button.
No, I've refused. We'll just sit here forever. Good games. What a... That was.
I am so sorry.
No, that's fine. I just want to cover my ass really quick. I did actually message Law this weekend, and I was like, "Hey, could we maybe play like an older format? I'm not super confident in my knowledge of this format." And they're like, "That's fine. I was really looking forward to Inov format, but we could definitely play something else." And I was like, "Well, I don't want to." He wants to play Inov. I'll let him play Inov. And it's like, man, I sure would have liked to play Inov, but I guess I didn't. This was like. This was your solo mode. This was
so sorry.
In our formats. That's fine. That's fine. I should have. This is a good life lesson for me to not care what the other person who is graciously allowing me onto their show wants to do. We should have been playing Metal Raiders format. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for coming on. I am so sorry it turned out.
No, that's fine. That's fine. If I knew that, I can't even say if I'd known it was going to go this way, I would have done something else. I did know it was going to go this way, and I allowed it to happen anyway. I observed my own demise a week in the past and allowed it to come to fruition in the present.
Well, thank you for coming on, regardless of how it turned out. Go ahead, shout out anything you want to shout out.
I would like to shout out. I have nothing thought up. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitch. Go follow the person who drew my model. Go follow Fuakor on Twitter. Yeah, there you go. Don't follow me. Follow the wonderful, talented members of the community who allow animated avatars to bring you quality entertainment. Thank you so much for having me on the stream, Law. The video, Law. This was a ton of fun. And if you ever get back into Duel Links, please, for the love of God, allow me to have a bad deck duel against you. Oh, you know what? That's what I'll shout out. If you likes this, it's not a Conquest style. It's a best 2 out of 3, but I duel my friend Mechlord, and I would like to duel more people in Duel Links with the worst decks you've ever seen. Our inaugural duel was, what the hell was it? It was Hunder versus Felgrand Dragon Turbo. So if that
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was miserable. But,
that sounds absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, I would love to get the opportunity to have an awful duel against you as well sometime. This was wonderful meeting you. And,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And thanks for coming on. And thank you all for watching to the very end of this. We will see you next time.
Yes, because I am actually the permanent co-host. I'm actually going to be...
That's like the royal we.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and this person who will never show up again. We'll see you next time.
Take care. A huge shout out to my Dark Law level patrons, Gamut Marka, Heyo, Jack Toporek, Jukes, Otaku GamerX, Prinrin, and Riser339, as well as all of my other patrons over on patreon.com. If you'd like to support the channel, consider following me on Patreon, where support tiers start at as little as $1 and you get access to all my videos a day early. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, that way you don't miss out on any future videos. Every subscription helps out more than you think. Thank you all again, and I'll see you next time.